Egypt, a land of kings, gods, pyramids, conquerors, and revolutions. 5,000 years of history, compressed into just 12 minutes. Let's begin where civilization itself began, on the Nile. The Nile isn't just a river, it's Egypt's lifeblood. Its annual floods deposited fertile soil, giving rise to farming, villages, and eventually the world's first unified state around 3100 BCE under King Narmer. From here, the pharaohs rose, half-human, half-divine rulers commanding armies, temples, and immense wealth. By 2600 BCE, the Old Kingdom built the pyramids at Giza, engineering marvels that still baffle architects today. The Sphinx, silent and watchful, guards their legacy. Life in ancient Egypt revolved around gods, Ra, Osiris, Isis, each temple and tomb a testament to devotion and the hope for eternity. The Middle Kingdom followed, a period of stability and artistic flourish. Trade expanded, literature thrived, and the pharaoh's reach extended beyond the Nile. But no kingdom lasts forever. Invaders like the Hyksos brought new weapons and ideas, eventually pushed out by native dynasties. Then came the New Kingdom, Egypt's imperial golden age. Pharaohs like Hatshepsut, Akhenaten, and Ramses II expanded Egypt's borders, built colossal monuments, and left history with stories of intrigue, devotion, and warfare. Valley of the Kings? That's where they hid their treasures from tomb robbers. Time marched on, and Egypt saw conquerors from all directions: Libyans, Nubians, Assyrians, Persians, Greeks under Alexander the Great, and then the Romans. Cleopatra VII, the last pharaoh, tried to preserve Egypt's independence before Rome swallowed it whole. Islam arrived in the 7th century, transforming language, culture, and religion. Cairo rose as a center of learning, trade, and power. Centuries later, the Ottoman Empire claimed Egypt, only for Napoleon's army to arrive in 1798, sparking modern encounters with Europe. The 19th and 20th centuries brought modernization, colonial struggles, and eventually independence in 1952 under Gamal Abdel Nasser. The Suez Crisis, the Aswan High Dam, and cultural revival marked Egypt's path into the contemporary world. Today, Egypt balances its rich past with the pressures of modernity, a country forever shaped by the Nile and its people. Egypt's story doesn't end with the modern state. Its people carry the echoes of millennia. Farmers tend in fields along the Nile, much like their ancestors, artisans preserving ancient crafts, scholars and students debating in Cairo's cafes, and activists shaping the future. Cities hum with life, blending the old and the new. Minarets rise beside skyscrapers, markets bustle with spices and colors unchanged for centuries, and the call to prayer resonates across a land that has seen kings and empires rise and fall. Tourists marvel at the timeless monuments, but Egypt's true heartbeat is its people. The storytellers, the dreamers, the resilient souls who have endured droughts, invasions, and revolutions, yet never lost a sense of identity or wonder. From small villages to the metropolis of Cairo, the Nile still feeds life, culture, and ambition. Every generation writes a chapter. The archaeologist uncovering a hidden tomb, the artist capturing the rhythms of modern Cairo, the engineer designing bridges and schools. And the legacy continues. Pharaoh's shadows linger in temples, and yet the country moves forward, vibrant and alive. From the first farmers on the Nile to today's citizens navigating a rapidly changing world, Egypt is a land of continuity and transformation, of myth and reality, of past and future intertwined. Its story is not just in history books or monuments. It's in the laughter, struggles, and triumphs of its people, echoing across deserts and rivers, reminding us that Egypt is not merely a relic of the past, but a living, breathing civilization still shaping the world. But Egypt is more than its history. It's a crossroads of continents, ideas, and cultures. Its geography made it a prize for empires, a meeting point for Africa, the Middle East, and the Mediterranean. Trade routes carried gold, grain, and ideas, connecting pharaohs with Mesopotamia, Greece, and Rome. Alexandria, founded by Alexander the Great, became a beacon of learning, home to the legendary library and lighthouse, wonders that inspired generations long after their physical forms disappeared. Religion, too, evolved. Christianity spread across Egypt in the first centuries CE, giving rise to the Coptic Church, while Islam arrived in the 7th century, reshaping society, law, and architecture. Minarets, mosques, and madrasas turned cities like Cairo into centers of knowledge, blending faith with scholarship. Sufi mystics wandered deserts, leaving poetry and philosophy that still echo in Egyptian culture. Centuries of conquest followed: Crusaders, Mongols, Ottomans, and yet Egypt's identity persisted. Local dynasties, merchants, and scholars preserved traditions, adapting foreign influences while keeping the Nile at the heart of life. Meanwhile, agriculture thrived, irrigation systems evolved, and villages along the river maintained rhythms that had existed for thousands of years. By the 19th century, Egypt faced modernization under Muhammad Ali Pasha, who reformed the army, built factories, and cultivated cotton as a global commodity. Railways and the Suez Canal, completed in 1869, connected Egypt to global trade, making it a strategic jewel coveted by European powers. Colonial tensions, uprisings, and political reforms followed, leading to independence in the 20th century under the Free Officers Movement. Modern Egypt is a tapestry of continuity and change. Cairo and Alexandria pulse with life. Luxor and Aswan guard millennia of monuments, and the desert conceals secrets archaeologists are still unearthing. Its people juggle tradition and modernity, students, farmers, merchants, engineers, and activists shaping society while honoring a past that refuses to be forgotten. From pharaohs to farmers, from conquerors to revolutionaries, from Nile villages to bustling megacities, Egypt's story is a living saga. Its past always present, its future unfolding along the river that started it all. By the 20th century, Egypt was changing fast. Nationalism surged, fueled by resentment of colonial control and a desire to reclaim sovereignty. The 1919 revolution united Egyptians across classes and religions, laying the foundation for modern independence. In 1922, Egypt became officially independent, though foreign influence lingered, especially around the Suez Canal, the country's strategic lifeline to global trade. Then came the Free Officers Movement in 1952, led by Gamal Abdel Nasser. The monarchy ended, land reforms redistributed wealth, and a wave of modernization swept the country. The Aswan High Dam, completed in 1970, transformed agriculture and energy production, taming the Nile's floods, while also reshaping the economy and environment. Nasser's vision of pan-Arab unity and later Anwar Sadat's diplomacy with Israel brought Egypt to the center stage of Middle Eastern politics. Culture thrived alongside politics. Egyptian cinema became the Hollywood of the Arab world, producing films that entertained and educated. literature, music, and art reflected a nation wrestling with identity, modernization, and its deep-rooted history. Icons like Kulthum gave voice to emotion and pride, while writers such as Naguib Mahfouz captured the complexities of urban life along the Nile. The 21st century brought new challenges and revolutions. The 2011 Arab Spring ignited in Tahrir Square as citizens demanded freedom, dignity, and reform. Streets once walked by pharaohs now hosted protesters calling for change, showing that Egypt's history of resilience and adaptation is far from over. Social media, youth movements, and grassroots organizations carry forward that same spirit of engagement that shaped the country for millennia. And yet, amidst revolutions, urban expansion, and political shifts, the Nile remains central, feeding life, culture, and commerce. Villagers still fish its waters, farmers still till its banks, and cities still grow along its curve. Tourism thrives, but it's the living Egypt, the people who work, study, create, and celebrate, that ensures the legacy of the pharaohs is not just a memory, but a present reality. From temples to skyscrapers, from revolutions to daily life, from ancient tombs to bustling cafes, Egypt continues to balance the weight of history with the promise of the future. Its story is not frozen in time. It flows like the Nile itself, shaping and reshaping the land and its people. The Nile, to pharaohs building monuments that scrape the sky, to citizens demanding change in bustling squares. The story of Egypt is the story of human ambition, faith, and resilience. This land continues to inspire, endure, and astonish. From pyramids to revolutions, from gods to pharaohs, from the cradle of civilization to a nation still writing its story. And its people, this is Egypt in just 12 minutes.